Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe minis, Stratos vs. Scareglow. That's right, it's the next set of minis in the minifigure line containing the cool Masters of the Universe characters. I'm really starting to enjoy these figures, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next set. As you can see, they come in the same style blister card packaging that we've seen for all of the Masters minis figures so far. It fully showcases both Stratos and Scareglow within, and you'll also see that it comes with a Collect and Connect Castle Grayskull piece. Flipping the box over to the back side, and it shows you the figures that come with which pieces, at least for the first series here, and shows you what the full Castle Grayskull diorama is going to look like once we get it all put together. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the figures outside of the packaging. First up, adding to the heroic warriors, is the Birdman, Stratos! Very, very cool looking sculpt on this little guy. I've been a big fan of the look of these guys. They've got a very kind of cartoonish look going on, with a large beefed up upper body and very tiny little legs underneath that. But it's a great sculpt overall and still very much looks like Stratos. I mean, you look right at this guy and you know that it's Stratos. Has a very clean and bright and colorful paint job on there. Bright red seen on the helmet and the wings on his arms, bright blue seen around the eyes and right there on the jetpack, and of course he's got the gray fur underneath with that long kind of gray beard sticking off the bottom of his chin there. Looking on the back side of the figure, he does have the large blue jetpack sticking off. It is worth noting that this is a solid piece, so it's non-removable from the figure. Unlike the Classics figure, this Stratos actually includes an accessory. He comes with a tiny little staff of Avion, which is fantastic. It's done in a metallic gold paint job, and it is made of sort of kind of a flexible, soft, rubbery plastic, but it can easily fit in either one of his hands. Next up, we've got Scareglow, one of my all-time favorite villains from the Masters of the Universe toy lines. Again, a fantastic cartoony looking sculpt on this guy. He still has his signature crack going down the front of his skull there. He's got bright red eyes kind of sticking out of the black of his skull. Just has a very animated look to it, which I really like on these guys. Same beefed up upper body with the smaller legs there, but he does kind of have the cool little monster feet, and he's got the same design as the action figures with kind of the boned areas painted on the regular kind of beefed up body there. And yes, the figure does glow in the dark. It's a little hard to capture on the camera here, but if you get him all charged up in some light, put him in the dark, he does glow nice and bright. And of course, hanging off of his back is a tattered purple cape. It's non-removable, it's a kind of a flexible, softer plastic there, but it doesn't come off the figure. And just like on the Classics figure, as it kind of billows out, it turns a little more translucent, which is really cool. Now, of course, for an accessory, he comes with this cool little scythe weapon, done in that green plastic. It's the same rubbery material as the Staff of Avion was with Stratos, but it can easily be displayed in either one of those hands. Now, as far as the articulation goes on these guys, it's very limited. The heads just turn left and right, the arms move up and down, and then you can swivel the waist side to side. But it's cool to see any articulation in a minifigure like this, and it works pretty well for these particular guys. It's also worth noting that even though they've got large, bulked up upper bodies and small little legs, they have no balance issues whatsoever. These guys stand perfectly fine on their own. Even though Stratos has a big jetpack sticking off his back, I still haven't had any problems with him toppling over. Now, the figures stand right at 2 inches tall, which means that they are smaller than both the He-Man and the Skeletor that were released at San Diego Comic-Con a few years back. But they are perfectly in scale with all of the new figures in the Masters Minis line. While at first I was a little upset that they shrunk the scale, the more characters I get, the happier I am with this little scale, and I'm really loving these guys so far. Now, this particular set comes with the upper right tower of Castle Grayskull, so you can go ahead and clip that onto the bottom piece that we got with one of the previous releases, getting closer and closer to building our Castle Grayskull diorama. So there you go, guys. There's a look at the most recent set of Masters of the Universe minis, Stratos vs. Scareglow. Very cool figures. I'm really loving this minifigure line, and for any fan out there of Masters that is looking for something cool and unique and different to collect in the line, I think these really fit that bill. These figures will be available on MattyCollector.com on June 16th, 2014. Until next time,